A very good afternoon to you. Welcome to Lunchtime News, coming to you live and direct from the Newsfirst studios here in Colombo. I'm Bernadine Jazz Singha. Now let's take a look at headlines.
Amblypedia ASP, who was arrested over the death of a youth in an alleged clash with police, released. Wife of Horao Patana OIC, who sustained injuries after being stabbed, dies. ICC Champions Trophy to commence in June next year.
Amblypedia ASP DW Siddharth Ratna, who had been arrested over the incident where youth died as a result of an alleged clash with police at the function in Amblypedia recently, was released on bail this morning.
Bail was granted when the case filed over the incident was taken up before Ratnapura Provincial High Court Judge Kumari A. Abhiratna. Accordingly, the Amblypedia ASP was imposed a 25,000 rupee cash bail and two sureties of 500,000 rupees each. Court ordered the suspect to refrain from intimidating witnesses and to ensure that he presents himself for all future investigations. The suspect was also ordered to surrender his passport to court.
Minister of Sustainable Development and Wildlife Gamini Jaivikrama Pereira called on the Chief Prelates of the Askiriya and Malwatu chapters yesterday.
Minister Gamini Jaivikrama Pereira called on the Chief Prelate of the Askiriya chapter of the CM sect, Most Venerable Varakagoda Sri Jnanaratna Thero yesterday. During his meeting with the Mahanayaka Thero, the minister informed the Chief Prelate of the use of elephants for the Kandi Perahara. Thereafter, Minister Gamini Jaivikrama Pereira called on the Chief Prelate of the Malwatu chapter, Most Venerable Tibbotuabe Sri Sumangala Thero, and obtained his blessings. There is no money left of the development projects. All of it was swindled. So we are now left with the task of paying the debt off to the international community. We will not obtain debt with an interest of between 8 and 9% from China like the Rajapaksas. We will obtain loans that has a zero or negative interest. If not for the Maitri Ranil-led coalition government, which is reviving the country to rescue them, and instead the Rajapaksas were still in power, the treasury and the banks would have to come to an end. People would be left to starve.
The wife of the OIC of the Horao Patana police, who was receiving treatment at the Anuradhapura Teaching Hospital after being stabbed by her son-in-law, died last night.
Police said she was stabbed on the night of the 26th of May in her house in the Akkaravissa area in Kalenbindunu. The 20-year-old daughter of the OIC of the Horao Patana police also died in the incident. The 24-year-old suspect is currently in remand custody.
Parents of the students at the Mailankulama College in Puttalam staged a demonstration opposite the Puttalam Zonal Educational Office, demanding for a solution for the death of teachers in the school.
Our correspondent said that the protesters staged their demonstration while obstructing the Zonal Education Office. This resulted in the functions of the Zonal Education Office being hampered. The demonstrating parents dispersed after the director of the Zonal Education Office pledged to resolve the issue subsequent to discussions between the parents with the intervention of the police.
Taking a look at local news, Deputy Minister of Transport and Civil Aviation Ashok Abesingha convened a media briefing yesterday.
There are 6,250,000 motor vehicles registered by the Department of Motor Traffic in the country, out of which 4 million of them travel on roads on a daily basis. But our road systems are not developed enough to accommodate these 4 million odd vehicles. So from what we have been told by the Ministry of Finance, a tax hike has been imposed on the vehicles as a solution to curtail the further importation of vehicles to the country until the road systems and infrastructure facilities in the country are improved. As far as I know, the prices of 14 or 15 brands of vehicles have been reduced. There are also false statements being spread that the prices of three-wheelers have been hiked up by 5 to 600,000 rupees. The tax on three-wheelers have been increased by 35,000 to 75,000 rupees.
The Deputy Minister also elaborated on the development expected to be carried out in the railway sector.
His Excellency, the President recently toured Japan. During his visit, the Japanese government had promised to financially aid us with a monorail system. I believe that this monorail system, if it comes along, will bring some kind of reduction to the traffic congestion in the country. We also hope in the future to carry out the transportation of container via rail. The Asian Development Bank has carried out a 2-year survey on container transportation. So their program has suggested that railway system to transport containers from the southern province to Ratmalana and containers from the northern province to be transported to Minuwangoda and be docked at 2 yards from where they will be transported on roads. But this is just a preliminary discussion. A feasibility study on this has been conducted, but it has not been implemented as yet. So we hope to take the necessary measures to bring this to action.
Deputy Minister Palita Thevara Perumal lodged a complaint with the Bulat-Sinhala police yesterday, citing the punishment imposed by a teacher on the students of a school in Horana.
The parents of students charge that the teacher attached to the primary section of the school, which comes under the purview of the Horana Education Zone, had punished the students.
There was no teacher for grade 3 students. Since the teacher had gone on maternity leave, another teacher was assigned as a substitute. The teacher had made the students swallow erasers. My child was asked to look up and the teacher had put the fingers into my child's throat, resulting in nausea.
The sole reason behind this is the grudge the teacher has against the principal, which she is taking out on the students. So when these parents went to the zonal education director to speak about this, she had chased them away like dogs. I therefore came to the zonal education office to meet the director with aggrieved students. When I met her, I realized she does not have a friendly personality. She refuses to listen to the grievances. I don't know what sort of fate has befallen on education.
With that, we wrap up Lunchtime News. I'm Bernadine Jayasinghe for News First team. Have a wonderful day. Take care.